with another banger for you guys, man.
Sure.
The Young Genius Sports Podcast. We back with the co-host as always, the Don. What's good, Don?
What's going on, man? What's going on, Young Genius?
Doing well. I'm doing well, man. We got a full slate for you guys.
Yeah.
Man, we're ready to get started, my man. Should we just hop right into it, man?
Get straight into it, man.
Should we skip the semantics and all the other things? Let's just get right into it.
Straight into it, bro.
Let's get right into it, man. Young Genius Sports, man. We're here. We got a lot of exciting stuff on the docket. You know, in terms of us having live episodes coming soon, man. Live episodes coming soon. Possibly, get to see us go live with these on Facebook, Twitter. I guess we should call it X now. YouTube, TikTok. All the major platforms. I don't think Instagram, does live in this setting yet, but we might just get on there live for different things. But I mean, we're here, man. We got a very exciting episode for you guys. Some college basketball, some pro basketball. So, I mean, this basketball season. This is for me. This is what I live for, man. Basketball season. Pre-March. It's about to be March, April, May. Playoff basketball. This is the best time for basketball, I think, all year, man. Right after the All-Star game, a good All-Star game at that. I gotta talk about the All-Star. I don't know if you got a chance to watch. That was an actual entertaining All-Star game. Team USA. I was going for the OGs. Just the legends on that team. Kevin Durant, Kawhi Leonard. He had a hell of a game. 31 points in the third quarter, or the third game, if you want to call it. Still didn't win MVP because his team didn't get the dub, but I mean, they had no center. LeBron was basically their center. Brandon Ingram or Kevin Durant, whichever one you want to say, was the tallest person on that team. And they're going up against, young guys. Really, really good young guys. Edwards ended up winning All-Star Game MVP. But
was Kawhi robbed of MVP?
I think he was. I think Kawhi Leonard was robbed of the All-Star Game MVP. You don't have a quarter like that. You don't have a game like that, should I say. Scoring 31 points.
31 out of 34, right? Was it the 31 out of 34?
I think so. And it was like straight. It was like in a row.
Yeah.
It was in a row. In LA, in his hometown. Literally his hometown. He's the hometown team. It's in the Intuit Dome. I understand, you want to give the MVP to the winner, but I thought it was about, in an All-Star game type setting. Yeah. All-Star, it's the All-Star game. It's not the play, you know what I'm saying? It's not the finals MVP. I understand there's been some finals MVPs that probably were more deserving of the people who ended up winning it because their side didn't win. We don't have to go into that, but, it's the All-Star game. You know what I mean? This is a show for the fans. I know, the coaches' vote is getting more important. And with this, new format of them essentially just robbing Americans out of the All-Star game, I mean, we have to put a certain number of slots for international people to play now. I don't know. Well, we'll get into that.
Robbing Americans. We got robbed, bro.
We'll get into that right now. This is about college basketball. I mean, let's get into it. Let's start off with our college basketball, man.
Our first game we got to discuss, man. We got to discuss UT versus Vandy, bro.
Yeah.
UC hasn't
any UT stuff up there. No, I got the Tennessee flag. Man, go Vols, man. Go Vols. It's always good, when the Volunteers are able to beat Vanderbilt. People, I was getting attacked. People were telling me that, I wasn't a real Tennessee fan just because I have respect for Diego Pavia, who should have won the Heisman, by the way. But
I don't know about
that. I'm a Tennessee fan, man. But you gotta understand, when it comes to this sports, when it comes to sharing with you guys knowledge, I'm gonna put my biases aside. Right? The truth. One thing about the truth is It remains. It remains the truth. Whether the lights are turned on about it or the lights are turned off about it. It remains. So, in that sense,
What's the
Diego
truth?
Pavia was hooping. He deserved the credit that was given to him on this show. And
Oh,
I
oh.
am not I'm not a Vanderbilt fan. I am a Tennessee Volunteer fan. But I will put my biases aside um, to give guys credit if they're doing well. Even if they go to a rivalry. I mean, people do it all the time. Tennessee fans will do it all the time for an Alabama guy. They'll do it all the time for a Florida guy. They'll do it all the time for a Georgia guy. When it's time to give Vandy some love, people don't want it. Now it's a rivalry. Now, oh, we can't do it. Oh no, now it's a problem. They'll give Kentucky guys love, but when it's a Vandy guy, we can't do it. I don't know. I don't know. And speaking of giving the Vandy guy love, I mean, let's talk about that Tennessee game. Let's talk about what we've been seeing from a guy who's arguably who's going to have a chance to win. I don't know if it's the Jerry Westward or the Bob Cousy. I don't know what the Point Guard of the Year award is specifically for college basketball. I
College
wish we
Town,
had.
uh,
He might win College Player of the Year. Yeah, Tyler Tanner. I mean, the guy's
Nashville guy.
hooping. BA guy. When we talk about rivals,
Yeah.
we're not supposed to. We're not supposed to, quote unquote, like the guy, but the guy's hooping. One of the best point guards in college basketball right now, and I mean, he did some good things for Team USA in the summer. But we're not talking about that right now. We're talking about this game. I mean, what do you want to talk about it? Did you get an opportunity to really go over the film and study what you saw from Tennessee? Or
Yeah. I feel like this was a game where Nate Mint could have continued to prove himself, right? I feel like, first half of the season, he didn't look as polished as a lot of the other projected lottery guys. And kind of like in January and up until this point, he had looked like he was catching his stride. Looked like he did belong with the rest of those guys who were projected lottery picks, like solidifying themselves with big games after big games after big games. And Nate Mint kind of blew it in this one, even though UT won,
he hit the
right?
big shot at the end. Got to
Yeah,
give him his
even though
credit for that.
UT won, but when we talk about like college matchups this year, like player for player, like a lot of big name matchups, Nate Mint kind of lost this battle. Um, Even though I guess he technically won the war, right? But Tyler Tanner did play a better game, looked more polished than Nate Mint. But Vols fan, of course. Glad to get that dub. Glad to have some bragging rights, even though
He said, "Vols
them
fan,
was
this not just a Vols fan. You're a Vols insider.
yeah, bro,
Yeah, I
two
mean,
time Vols alum, bro. Like,
Vols
but
insider.
yeah, bro. But
I
Nate
mean,
Mint, I ain't gonna lie, it was cool to see the team win,
he,
but I ain't gonna lie, Nate Mint kind of disappointed me. Um, but I
this
mean, yeah, cool
is.
win though.
I mean, games like this are kind of the problem with Tennessee basketball this year. I'm happy they got a win against a good team.
Yeah,
They're probably a tier two team now at this point. Vanderbilt. I mean, they were definitely a tier one team at the beginning of the year.
yeah.
We did beat a tier one team earlier this year, or as people say in the college basketball world, a quadrant one team in Houston. So I think this is
We'll
another
talk
good
about
win
that. I'm
for us.
not gonna lie, they've been looking.
It's a very good team over there in Houston. And we were able to pull out the win. But back to get on track. I mean, Jacoby Gillespie didn't have the greatest shooting game, right? He went 6 for 14. Nate Mint obviously didn't have the greatest shooting game. He went 3 for 13. And then you start to look around and you're like, okay, who can save us when this happens, right? And Australia was hurt. Australia, whatever, I think his name is Australia. I'm not big on Estrella as an offensive talent. He gets his offensive rebounds. He does well. He does good work inside. He can hit the occasional three. Akpara is kind of a rim runner. He can catch lobs. He can protect the rim on D. He's very good defensively, but he's not going to save us when we're in trouble offensively. Carey, he's a down low scorer in in a fast-paced game like that, or in a physical game like there's going to be in the college tournament, or in the SEC tournament for that matter. I mean, he's still an undersized, about 6'7", 6'8" power forward that's trying to really score on the low post. Um, and he gets into foul trouble a lot. That's not really going to help us. And then Boswell, even though he made some key shots, he's not really a scorer. I don't think anybody on the Tennessee staff would tell you, "Hey, Boswell is just an amazing
Don't win
scorer."
us a game.
He he hit good shot. He hit big shots. We talking about winning this game. I mean, technically, he won us this game with 9 points, but Nate Ahmet with 13, Gillespie with 17. Who's going to be that guy when this happens to save us? And the only guy who even has the potential to do it, I don't think gets enough playing time, and that's Evans, the freshman, Amari Evans, an OTE
Really?
guy. He kind of struggled from the field, but I think it's because it's a confidence thing with him right now. I don't think he gets enough live reps in games. Because of Nick of not Nick of what's our
Gillespie.
coach's name? Nah, our coach. What's his name? The
Who?
great Rick. That's what it was. Rick.
Oh,
I
Rick,
meant to
Rick
say
Barnes. Yeah.
Rick Barnes. Um, he likes this big lineup. He likes to go two bigs because we're so dominant on the offensive glass. I think we're one of the top teams in the country on the offensive glass this year. Because we're so dominant on the offensive glass, he likes to go with these two big lineups, and it leaves Amari Evans off the floor. Um, Amari Evans, I mean, he every time I see him play, I'm impressed by his game. I'm impressed by his game, and with the climate of college basketball, the way it is, guys entering the portal and whatnot. He's
Do,
not a guy that I want to
do,
see leave Tennessee basketball
do you think he
because
will?
you never know. You never know. You know, if another coach, if another team is impressed by the guy and they're at a Power Four school and they can afford to pay the guy more money. I mean, if you're Amari Evans and you've been kind of treated the way you've been treated, I mean, I don't know what goes on, you know, in the facility, right, in the practice facility. Obviously, I don't, know what goes on behind closed doors. All I can see is what happens on the court, and the guy, from what I've seen, deserves more playing time. From what I've seen, he can be the X factor. He can be the guy that, okay, maybe we're not around the 32 team. Maybe we were an Elite 8 team because this guy came on and had, some showings that we weren't expecting. He's the only guy that I can see on this team besides Amit and Gillespie that can go out and get 20, that can go out and get 15, that can be a reliable third option, a reliable scoring option on this team. I mean, it's not the most talented offensively gifted team. Um, but Rick Barnes, we know what his calling card is. It's defense,
I was gonna
and
say
we are
how
good at
many
that.
UT teams are really just offensively gifted? Like
From what
Van,
I've seen, probably one team with, 6 pros. The team that had, Lamonte Turner and Josh Bone and Grant Williams and Admiral Schofield and Kyle Anderson
it's not a
and
lot
Jordan
of
Bowden. Other than that, yeah, yeah, not
gritty
not too many. Got to
team
go back
basketball.
to Bruce Pearl probably. Um, what do you want to talk? You want to talk about Tyler Tanner? We'll talk about Vanderbilt. I mean, Tyler Tanner. You say you won the battle. I don't care. If we're
Yeah,
talking about who the better prospect is, it's still Nate
guy 6'11".
Ahmed. Yeah, it's still Nate
6'11".
Ahmed. I mean, I love Tyler Tanner. I think he's probably, if he wants to go to the league, he probably should. But with NIL, with the type of legend that he can be in Vanderbilt lore, um, I think he should stay all 4 years and possibly five. The way college basketball, the way the college landscape is. If you can go get paid in college, be one of the biggest names in college. I mean, if you see him, you're not in Nashville right now, but he's on all the billboards, right? He's getting a lot of NIL love. He just got a free car from some. I guess it's not free. He had to do the commercial or whatever. But he's getting he got a nice Cadillac, I believe. I mean, the guy, he's living life right now. If you can do that, in a city like Nashville,
Yeah,
Cashville as we like to call it.
all that.
Make money at a school like Vanderbilt, get your education, create all those connections, and you'll probably still end up having a similar pro career, whether you left this year or next year, in 2 or 3 years. But um, obviously you probably make more on the front end in terms of, uh, because teams usually will draft a younger guy higher with the potential, thing. But there's always a risk. There's always a risk. I'd stay if I was him.
This goes to a point I've been thinking, right? If you're an undersized basketball player, just stay in school.
Yeah,
If you're not a 6'5", 6'6" point guard and crazy athletic, just think like if you're not,
yeah.
if you basically aren't a lottery pick, there's no point in trying to rush the pro process, bro.
I think,
You know,
and even if you
I
are,
would say lottery is kind of pushing it, like maybe like top 10, top 8. Like if you aren't a lock,
and even if you are, I mean, Kennedy Chandler, right? He was a guy that was the number one point guard in his class. I think he ended up being a second round or a late first round pick. I don't remember specifically,
he was projected
but
lottery before his freshman year.
yeah, but he was an undersized guard. Um, he had some showings. I think he was one of the top assist man in the country at
One of
Tennessee.
the
He had some
top
scoring
steals man in the country as well.
and had some scoring outbursts, but we could tell his jump shot wasn't really quite pro ready. And when he got to the league and you're an undersized guard, all that stuff kind of goes out the window. Is okay? Can you make shots? Now Tyler Taylor can make shots. So but Tyler Eulis could make shots, and me personally, I think Tyler Eulis is more advanced when he was drafted than when Tyler Tanner was drafted. At the same stage. So in Tyler Eulis, even though he had an opportunity with the Suns, that was a bad Suns team, and he never really got another opportunity like that since. And now, he's coaching Arkansas. So unless Tyler Tanner wants to come back and coach Vanderbilt, um, without the perks of being a Vanderbilt legend, I think he should just stay. But I mean, guys are getting drafted and playing college basketball now. So
This is crazy.
so
This
it's
is
like
crazy.
if you can go get paid, and
Come
come
back to
back
Vanderbilt.
just because you didn't play in a game, now you know what I mean? Go get drafted.
Why
Go get drafted. Now I think that guy's
How do
waiver
you feel
ended up
about that, man?
eventually being denied. I mean, his waiver ended up eventually getting denied, but I mean, the whole, judges making decisions for the NCAA. I mean, the NCAA has no control over what they're allowed to do. I guess because it's technically not a private company or a private, institution, that they don't really have say over what happens
Yeah.
anymore. Especially with the you know addition of players getting paid now. Even though most NCAA officials will tell you they never wanted that to happen either. So I don't know. I mean, I can't really blame the NCAA because a lot of this stuff is federal judges, is state judges, giving kids waivers, and we ended up seeing where the judge went to school, and it's like, oh, okay.
Man, I feel like they gotta outlaw that, bro. Like you can't be somebody who went to the school ruling the case for the only guy who's gotten it right so far is really the UT guy, right?
The Joey Aggle.
Yeah, ironically, that's the
The-
ironic thing about it. Shout out to
yeah,
Vols for actually having integrity on Rocky Top.
we seen
Um,
Trinity Chambliss. We see
yeah,
the judge went to Ole Miss. Okay, well, we see how that's gonna
we
end
see what's going on. But
up.
yeah, this is it's corrupt, bro.
I can't really get mad at anybody in particular. I guess I can be mad at the judges, but what's that gonna do? You know what I mean? They're just giving waivers too, technically. So you can't even get mad at them. Um, I gotta get mad at the players. Like, go get a job, man. Listen, hey,
Are you? But I mean, that is the job,
you
though.
took the risk, right, of trying to go pro. It didn't work out. You took the risk of accepting that scholarship to that particular school. It didn't work out, right? That's the risk that comes with the letter of intent. That's the risk of of putting your name and declaring for the draft. That's the risk of trying to make the NBA roster or trying to get out of the G League or
Is
trying
this
to
why
make the
we
G League
have?
roster.
Is this why we have a lack of Americans in the All Star game now, bro?
Um, nah, they did that for competitive reasons. And you know it worked. Granted, did it work because of the Olympics and what's going on with that and the tie over from that, or did it work because people actually want to be competitive in the All Star game again? They got tired of hearing, from the media, from the fans, uh, the complaints, and they realized, oh well, we are doing this for the fans. This is a fans weekend. Um, Maybe we should put on a show for the fans. And obviously, people don't want to lose when they're representing their country. Obviously, Americans don't want to lose when they're representing their country. And we know that certain world stars don't really care about the All Star game, but there
Oh,
are certain.
who are you talking about?
Let's just because I don't think it's any
Oh,
surprise. Luka and Jokic, they don't care. They don't care about the All Star game. Is it
yeah.
they don't care about the fans? I don't know. I don't know. Is it that they don't care
We're not
about?
gonna say that about Luka.
Is it that
We're
they
not
don't
gonna
care
say that
about the
about.
American
We're
fans?
not gonna say they don't care about the fans, bro.
Maybe it's not that they don't care about the fans. Maybe it's that they don't care about the American fans. I mean, how do we know Luca cares about the American fans? How do we know that?
You don't think about he care about the fans in Dallas, bro?
I think Luca has sentimental feelings. His feelings and care the same thing? I don't
Oh,
know. I don't
not
know.
always. I wouldn't say always.
Yeah, like I would say he has feelings and memories, and I don't know if he cares. I don't necessarily know if he cares. I won't say he doesn't. I just say I won't necessarily. I don't necessarily know. Like he hasn't showed me that he cares. He cried. I mean, okay, that's an emotion. That's a feeling when he went back and he. But we'll see. I guess if he goes back to Dallas at some point in his career, if he actually cares about the fans there, I don't know. I don't know. Jokic, he had
Who's an
a
example of somebody who cares about the fans in a particular city?
LeBron James. He
Oh
cares
my
about the
God.
fans in Cleveland. Cares
What
about those
about,
guys.
all right, bro. I knew you
Right? We
can't
talk
say
about the I
LeBron.
Promise School. Right? We talk about giving guys scholarships to college for free, for getting
And that's the
not
easy
necessarily
answer.
high test scores either. I just want you to know. All you gotta do is get like a 3.0 and you go to college for free. Like, hey, if you're a kid, move to Akron if you want to go to college. You just need like a 3.0 and like a 20 on the ACT. You go to college for free. It's not like that's a guy that cares about. Talk about NBA cares. Russell Westbrook to the fans in
Yeah.
OKC,
Okay, now that's
right?
a good answer.
That's a
That's a
guy
good
that
answer.
cares, right?
That's a
Um,
good answer.
Going back to our last episode, Dwayne Wade in Miami. That's a guy that cares about the fans in Miami, right? He went back, right? He's should have never left. It wasn't up to me though. He wanted to be a Heat lifer. That's a guy that cares. Kobe Bryant and the Lakers fans. He cared about the Lakers fans. Magic Johnson, even Magic Johnson, we can tell that he cares about the Lakers fans particularly. Um, Hendon Hooker, he cares about the Tennessee Volunteer fans, right? We saw him come back to the basketball game. I don't know if you saw that. Did you see that? Maybe you didn't see that, but he cares about Tennessee fans. You don't believe me. You don't think so.
Those are some great names you listed with actually,
Well,
cares about X, Y, and Z. That was just a crazy one to pull in
Hendon
today's
Hooker,
conversation.
the greatest Tennessee foot quarterback of the modern era, I almost won the Heisman. If he didn't tear his ACL, that was a crazy name to put in there for what he did in college football. I think
That
he's
was
on the
crazy.
he's on the
But to say
same
he
level.
cares, like those other guys really care, bro. Like to say he cares, that was crazy.
Okay, I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. You know,
Crazy.
I'm not mad at it. What we got next on the docket?
The Michigan Duke game. Were you able to catch that one?
I was, I was. Referees undefeated again, right? What are you gonna talk about?
Oh,
What
you
are you
think
gonna talk
so?
about
Refs
that?
undefeated?
It's kind of like a Georgia football type situation going on with Duke here. They're
Really?
talented, right? There's no need to talk about the talent that Duke has and the talent that their coaching staff has. They're a very talented team. They probably could have won that game, up outright. Honestly, they probably could have. I mean, they're blowing out Notre Dame right now by 30. They're a good football. They're a good basketball team.
Yeah.
Um, but there was a lot of interesting decisions that were made during that game. A lot of controversial decisions that were made during that game. It was a very entertaining game, nevertheless.
Mm-hmm.
Michigan, their guard didn't really shoot well. He went 1 for 6 from three, 1 for 8 from the field.
Cadeau?
Cadeau,
Yeah, Elliot Cadeau.
yeah, Cadeau. He didn't really shoot well. McKinney didn't really shoot well off the bench. He went 1 for 6, 0 for 3, 0 for 3 from three. And even though Isaiah Evans didn't shoot well, he made some big shots down the
Yeah.
stretch. And we all know Cam Boozer, is going to be Cam Boozer. Even though they did a relatively good job of limiting him, only giving up 18 points. Only, you know, only is I say that lightly. Um, what'd you see? Did you like the game? I mean, it was a lot of back and forth. It
Yeah, I was
ended
gonna
up
say it
being a
was a
close
lot of
game.
back and forth. It was to me I thought it was like there were some plays that were had exceptional coaching, like especially like coming out of like timeouts. Pretty sure it was like one play in particular where like Boozer said like a back screen for like a oop or something. I feel
Yeah,
like that was I think when you have like two talented teams like that, moments like that are even greater, right? Like moments after timeouts, moments after um,
baseline out of
buckets. Yeah,
bounds,
yeah, exactly. Like moments where you could tell like
sideline out of
coaching
bounds.
matters. Yeah, the
Yeah,
film room matters. Yeah, stuff like that. So I thought, honestly, if they play again, it's honestly no telling who could win that game. I think both teams kind of showed
yeah.
championship level competency,
I
right?
think that's
Like
how it felt, right?
yeah, like it felt like a tournament game.
Neutral site.
Yeah, yeah.
Did you go?
It was.
It was in
You said
DC.
what?
Did you go?
No, I
It was.
didn't. No, I didn't. Uh, nah, bro. I was in the crib, bro. Um, yeah, but yeah, it was great coaching, bro. Great coaching. I feel like on both
High
sides.
level, two high level coaches, two high
Yeah.
level programs. You talk about number one team and the number three team in the
No,
country.
it was
Um,
definitely good basketball though, for sure.
I definitely think at this particular moment in time, Duke probably has more NBA talent.
Yeah, I was definitely gonna
Um,
say they have more pros for sure, like just natural pros. Michigan may be a little older, right? With
yeah,
uh, what's his name, Yaxel Linden,
Lindenborg.
yeah, Lindenborg and Elliot Cadeau, right? Two
Yeah,
guys who have played college basketball for a minute. Moments like that just shows like when those lights are bright, who's more ready to hoop on a bigger stage, and that's when you kind of see guys like Isaiah Evans make shots, and then guys like Boozer make big plays as well, whether it be rebound, post up, whatever it may be, like nitty gritty. But yeah, Duke essentially to me has more pros, and that also definitely plays a factor for sure.
and the pros made shots. They got pro calls.
Get
Um, and
hey,
then they pulled it out. I mean, it was a great game. It definitely had a March feel to it.
yeah, it
And we're
did.
getting closer to March, so I'm happy about it. The Big Ten and the ACC did a good thing with this weekend, Nate. Especially that game in particular. What else we got on the docket?
We got the Arizona Houston game. That
Arizona. Wow,
yeah,
yeah, that was a good game.
that was
That was a good game.
nah, that was shocking. No Cole Pete
Yeah,
at
yeah,
Houston.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That
Like
hurt.
that was crazy. Like that's
It was.
crazy.
He's
That's a
he
crazy loss.
did he learn from DP from Darren Peterson? Did he learn? Hey,
That was a
I don't need to
crazy.
play every game.
Nah, yeah, I don't know if he learned that from DP, but uh, his DP plays half of every game. Um,
He played a full game yesterday, and they got the W. A very
yeah,
convincing win too.
but Yeah, no, Houston looked bad. Emmanuel Sharp shot bad. Fleming's, once again well, not once again, but for the first time in the span of like 72 hours, uh, shot sub 50%. Uh, yeah, man, they did not look prepared for the big moments. Um, and just didn't look polished like a well-oiled machine. Like they had kind of been coasting, like been able to coast, and it was time to ramp it up. Weren't quite able to ramp it up, um, which is to me very shocking considering the fact that Arizona didn't have one of their best player. So yeah, what about you? What did you see? What did you feel from that game?
Um, I mean, Houston is a defensive team, and because they're so good defensively, they're able to get away with a lot of things offensively. And then they usually get great play from their three guards essentially. Cenac is kind of a forward, but uh, he's not really all that tall, relatively speaking. When a player like Koa Pete doesn't play, it kind of, and it was kind of a last second thing as well. It kind of
Mm-hmm.
throws off your whole game plan defensively because now you're like, okay, well, where is their scoring going to come from? What is there going to be their triggers offensively? And I mean, Del Orso off the bench to drop in 22, like the way he did, you know, Korshakov, Karchenkov. You know what he did with his 16 and 9. Um, and then I mean, you said it. They just shot the ball. They just shot the ball poorly. I mean, when
Mm-hmm.
Sinak goes 0 for 5, when Fleming goes 1 for 4, when Emmanuel Sharp goes 2 for 8 from 3, you're gonna struggle. You're gonna struggle, especially to beat a good, well coached team like Arizona, a team that's been good, the entire year. One of those last undefeated teams. I mean, they were 20-0 a couple weeks ago. This is a very good team. We this isn't like Houston just lost to a bad team. This is a really good Arizona basketball. It's a team that has an opportunity to win the national championship. And yes, they're missing, their best player, but that best player is just a freshman.
Yeah.
These are guys that have played high level
Definitely.
college basketball,
Yeah.
you know, and expected
Next
to
man
play
on
high
up.
level.
Yeah.
Exactly, and expected to play high level college basketball. I mean, and they brought in a top ranked recruiting class. I mean, he wasn't the only one.
Bronny
That
James.
was
Bryce James.
that was
Bryce
uh that was highly recruited and played. So I mean, they had two guys out there doing just cardio in Guaye and Nelson, but other than that, I mean, that's a very good basketball team. And Del Orso, I mean, obviously MVP, 22 off the bench. Um, yeah, where's those 22 points from Cole Pete gonna show up? Oh, there it is. And
And that honestly makes for a great transition. For a game yesterday, right? Like two elements. Houston, one element, and the second element is you saying teams that are a little older learning how to win without their freshman star. Talking about Kansas, right? Having to deal with
yeah,
those woes of not being able to play with DP, especially in second halves. Um, and Houston being a really good team. But what did we see from the game last night between Houston and Kansas? Um, and what didn't we see?
well, we saw
And
Darren
this and
Peterson.
does this loss concern if you're a Houston fan, does this loss concern you in regards to your championship expectations for this season?
Well, we saw Darren Peterson finally play a full game.
Well,
We saw 30 minutes from Darren Peterson,
well, man.
and Bill Self loved it. He definitely loved it at the end of the game. I mean, Kansas is a tough team to win, beat on the road. A tough team to beat in uh, in the fall when you have, especially the town. I mean, they've been winning without Darren Peterson the
Yeah,
entire year.
Corey
They've
White.
been winning.
Corey White has been hooping.
They've been winning with Darren Peterson the entire year.
Corey
And
White
when
has
they
been
when they have their guy at the end of the game, I mean, he didn't even need to take the big shots because White was so hot. But just having that relief, just having that that sense of comfortability that, oh, our guy is here, and the attention that draws. I mean, they didn't really even need him because the game kind of got out of hand early in the second half. But now this doesn't concern me. Kansas is a good basketball team. Again, Houston isn't losing to bad basketball teams. You know, all their 5 losses are to possible quadrant one, definite quadrant two teams. I mean, these are teams that if if that could all win their conference championship, or will definitely for certainly be a top 4 or 5 seed in the tournament. I mean, this is not a shock. Um, Houston, again, just another bad shooting performance. Emmanuel Sharp 1 for 10, 1 for 6. I mean, this is one of the guys that we were talking about was the elite sharp shooter of
Yeah,
college
last time.
basketball. I mean, I'm pretty sure he has the Houston record for made threes. I mean, this is a guy that will show up in the tournament. We've seen it. Um, I don't think they're concerned about that. I think honestly, I think they're happier that these 2 games happen now because the law of averages. He's a shooter that you just trust. Okay, he got the 2 bad shooting performances out now. I mean, he's due. That means he's due. Flemings, he's a freshman. You don't want your freshman taking 18 shots, on the road at Kansas. That means bad things are happening, especially when the guy is 6 for
What's
18.
crazy is, yeah, those percentages
Sinek
right
had a
there, that's
bad
6 for
game as well.
18. That's a little inflated because he got a couple of straight buckets at the end of the game that were garbage time buckets.
Hey, buckets is
Yeah.
buckets. That'll help the draft. They just care about points per game at the draft. And then Kansas. I mean, you talked about it. White played well. Darren Peterson made timely shots, even though he didn't particularly shoot well. But I mean, I'll let you in on a little secret about efficiency.
Well,
When you make a point per basket, technically you're efficient. In the world of analytics, that's technically 50%. That's basically you going 1 for 2. If you have 2 points in 2 baskets and you went 1 for 2, hey, you're efficient. So 14 points on 14 baskets in the world of efficiency, isn't a bad isn't a isn't an inefficient game.
yeah.
Kobe was famous for those. Um,
Whoa, was that a what was that? What was the Kobe was
I
famous
mean,
for?
hey,
What is
guy
that?
had
What is that? What are you implying with that?
guy had 60 points on 50 shots, and a lot of people were impressed that last game. But
You're 40 years old.
I liked it. I was impressed. I was one of the people that was impressed.
All
But
right, okay.
you know, 50 shots is a lot of
But it's
shots.
last game, bro.
People were talking about
In
even
a
the 50
comeback
shots were
win,
impressive.
like
I agree against Utah, who's still bad to this day. But I'm not mad at it. Hey, rest in peace to Kobe. Kobe deserves all the credit that he deserves. I mean, this was a good game. Houston, I'm not concerned about. Are you concerned about Houston? Um, you think this changes, what they're able to do, what they're capable of? I mean, this is a
I'm
road
not sure,
game.
bro. After hearing what you were saying, I'm more inclined to say no. But if you're expected to be a good team
Yeah,
and you consistently lose to good teams,
both on the
are you
road,
a
right?
good
They're
team?
both on the road.
I'm just talking about like all five though, right? Like, and you consistently lose to good
I
teams. Are
mean, they
you?
lost to Tennessee. That was neutral site. Kansas on the road. Arizona on the road. I don't remember their other two. I think they beat BYU last week too, right? I mean, this is not necessarily a team that has lost just horrendous games. I mean, Iowa State, they're a really good basketball team, right? Top 5 team in the country. Um, excuse me. Uh, they beat BYU. They lost to Texas Tech. I mean, that's their 5 losses. Iowa State, Tennessee,
Texas Tech.
Texas Tech, Kansas, and the team they just played, Arizona. Yeah, that's a good 5 losses. I'm not mad at those 5 losses at all. If I'm Houston, especially the sites of where those games are at. You would think neutral site and specifically home games that they will be able to combat
Shoot the
that.
ball better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, they'd be able to combat that.
And then if you're
What's next?
Kansas, on the other side of that coin, it's like, oh dang, can we win a championship this year?
Of course, I think Kansas has
Uh,
been doing. I think whenever you got Bill Self coaching your team, right? Whenever you have Kansas on your jersey, there's an expectation that
mm,
we should be competing for a national championship. But when Bill Self is the guy that's on the sideline, you think that you can do it. And
mm,
I mean, they're a well coached team. We know that they're talented. We know that because they're Kansas. It's just about. I mean, they've been winning games without Darren Peterson, but I don't think they can win the big one without him.
nah, come on now.
So
You
it
can't do
comes
that.
down to
There's Darren
can
Peterson want to win a championship.
yeah, is he going to be healthy or whatever it is? I mean, there's been so many rumors about what's going on with the guy. I don't want to speak, you know, for him, but like you said, does he want to win a national championship? Is that important? Is college is him winning a national championship in college at Kansas important to him? If it is, I mean, they have the talent to do it. He certainly has the talent to do it, almost single handedly, it seems. But it remains to be seen. Bill Self is a good enough coach to get them to the Final Four, to get them to the Elite Eight, to get them to the Sweet 16. Obviously, you got to get lucky with seeding and who you get, who you have to play at what particular time. But I don't think they can win the big one without DP.
Yeah, that's facts. Uh, our and then the last game that we'll talk about real quick before we transition to the second half is the Louisville versus UNC game.
My
Right, that's
guys,
a big game with no Caleb Wilson either.
my
What you see
Louisville
from that
guys.
game? What didn't you see from that game? Yeah, man.
I don't think I get enough fan from being a Louisville fan as well. Shout
You
out
have
to
Louisville
Louisville.
ties actually. How about that?
I do big Louisville ties. Spent a lot of time in Louisville.
It's
Shout
a
out to
beautiful
Louisville.
campus, bro. Beautiful
It
campus.
is a beautiful city. Beautiful city. They love their Cardinals up in Louisville. UNC gets the dub without their star freshman. Um, but they have Trimble. Seth Trimble. He's pretty good at basketball. And he showed us why. I mean, with the game where he didn't really particularly shoot well from deep. I mean, he showed us scoring the ball at all three levels matters, and he did that at a high level. Um, three turnovers, 4 assists isn't what you want to see from a guard. But in a game like that, without a big portion of their offense missing, and Caleb
I mean, he
Wilson,
led the team in assists though.
yeah, but 4 assists is not. It's not the greatest. I mean, I understand it's college basketball and the assists aren't made the same, um, but you know, you don't want your turnover assist to basically be 1.2 to one
Yeah, for
or
sure.
whatever it is, 1.3 to
I
one.
mean,
So
he pretty much played the whole game though, right? Cut him
yeah,
some
which is
the
which
whole
is
game,
good, which
and
is good. Him staying out of foul trouble, and then they won the game and he
yeah,
and he scored 30. So can't be
his
too
usage
mad.
was high too.
I'm just
So when
nitpicking.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what I'm playing devil's advocate. Like we gotta appreciate it. You gotta appreciate that, man.
Played well. Visor, he played well, and Bogovac, he played well. I'm seeing way too many foreign guys in college basketball too. I'm sorry, I don't know if that sounded wrong saying that, but um, where's the Americans
How about that?
at? And
Let's
maybe
talk
these
about the
guys are
American man. How
Americans.
about
Maybe these
Mikael
guys.
Brown Jr.?
Yeah, he's good at basketball. He's good at basketball. Took 25 shots, 24 points. So technically, that is an inefficient game.
Yeah, and once again, of those 9 makes, 3 of them pretty much came when the game didn't matter.
and he only had 2 assists, one
Not gonna
turnover.
lie, I don't know if this is a guy I would draft, brother.
I draft him. We got to understand what his team is. All right, Louisville. Yes, they're Louisville. Yes, they have the expectation of competing at a high level. Yes, they'll have a talented roster. Yes, they're in the ACC, so they have to play teams like UNC on almost a nightly basis. Yes, he took 25. You taking 25 shots as a freshman is actually impressive. Was it efficient? No. But in the NBA, guess what? Teams aren't going to be able to have a guy that stays in the paint the entire game, right? Right? There's no defensive 3 seconds in college basketball. That's the big difference. People talk about. See, let me go on a little rant here, man.
How about
because
that? How about a
because
rant?
too many people talk about the NBA doesn't play defense. Watch the game. There's teams that love to play defense. There's teams that are out here really trying to play defense. Watch the New York Knicks play basketball. Watch the Oklahoma City Thunder play
Watch the
basketball. Watch
Pistons
the
play
watch the
basketball.
Detroit Pistons play basketball. Watch the Hornets of late play basketball.
Watch the Timberwolves play
Watch the
basketball.
Suns play Watch the
Like,
Timberwolves play basketball. I mean, yes, you watch. You probably turn on the game and you watch the Lakers, and a lot of those guys don't play defense. Some of those guys try. Austin Reeves tried. He just can't. Right? He got cooked again a couple nights ago by Peyton Pritchard, embarrassingly enough.
so
But
did Vando, bro. Did you see the
yeah,
Pritchard hit
he
Vando with,
slipped. He
bro?
slipped, bro. He slipped.
During Black History Month, bro. That was crazy, bro.
He slipped.
That was crazy.
He slipped, man.
That was crazy, bro.
Shout out to Vando, but he slipped.
Nah, no shout out.
But people play defense. There's the NBA is the only league that doesn't allow defensive 3 seconds. You know how much that changes what you can do defensively as a coach, right? In high school basketball, you can just sit and play a 2-3. If you have a 7-footer, you're gonna be pretty good at defense, right? In college basketball, you have a 7-footer, 7'2" guy who can jump and touch the top of the square. You're gonna have a pretty good defense, right? Tennessee basically does that with Akbar. Yes, he can move. Yes, but what makes us so good is our rim protection defensively. Um, that's not in the NBA. When you play zones in the NBA, guys still have to move in and out of that 2-3 zone of that paint, and they got 3 seconds to do it. I mean, so that changes. Then you have the greatest shooters in the world that are spacing the floor, and then you have the greatest ball handlers and the greatest facilitators and the greatest cutters.
Yeah, people, bro. I don't think people realize
Like, it's just the
that
highest level of
scrubs, like
basketball.
the scrubs of the NBA, averaged 25 in high school. Like, they still
37
averaged
in high school.
30 in like you know what I'm saying. Patrick Beverly averaged 40 in Chicago in high school, bro. Like
30 in
a lot of these guys are all time leaders at their high school. Like
some of
these
these guys
guys are
are the
really good at the sport, right? Like these guys are they're pros because nobody else in the world could guard them, right? Like, so it's
some of these guys are the best
like
player in their country's history, and they
yeah,
don't even
like
start. Like, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? But that being said, I mean, I just had to go on that little rant. I'm happy you joined in with me. Defense is really hard in the NBA. It's not that
oh yeah,
people
yeah.
just don't try. I mean, there's people that get paid to play defense in the NBA. Now, granted, once you get that reputation, you get away with a little bit of stuff in the NBA. Yeah, but
Lou Dort, Lou Dort is one of the
Draymond Green,
guys. Draymond Green is another one of those guys.
Draymond Green was famous for that. Iguodala, when he used to play, was famous for that. But when you earned it, hey, you earned it. I'm not mad. Um, Back to this game. I'm not concerned about this inefficient performance from Mr. Brown Jr. He did what he tried. He did what he had to do. They almost won the game. Um, they lost to a good team. They lost to a good team. A game that a higher ranked team, so a game that we were supposed to lose. I'm not mad at it at all. I mean, when you got guys on the court going, just doing cardio, and this Khalifa guy going 0 for 3, 0 for 2.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Conwell, his other guard mate, he didn't really have an efficient game either. He went 7 for 19, even though he had 23 points. He went 4 for 11. So, and then we had a guy out there in McNeely went 0 for 5, 0 for 5.
He's supposed to be a shooter. Yeah, he's supposed to be the shooter. That was crazy.
All his shots, he missed all of them. So, yeah, I'm gonna take a couple more shots this game, guys. You guys aren't really with me, so I'm going to take a couple more shots. I'm not mad at it. I don't think, this is not a game that I would say, oh, this hurts his draft stock at all. No, I'm actually impressed by it. I'm actually happy that he got the 25 shots off. It's hard to get. People talk about, the 50 shots. Oh, it's so hard for Kobe. It's even hard to get 50. It's hard to get 25 shots off in It really is, especially like I said, when you can have defensive 3 seconds, when you can really pack the line because the 3 point line is so close to the free throw line. You can really play a pack line defense, like for real. That's why Virginia was so good during their stretch when they made the pack line defense famous because you can really pack the like you can. People talk about the
They not
wall.
re-emphasizing that word, bro.
like people talk about the wall that you have to build when you play against Giannis and you play against prime LeBron. You gotta build this wall and keep them out the paint. You can really do it in college basketball. Like you don't just have to wall people. You can really build a wall and play hack line defense. I don't think people will really understand, how hard it is to really score in a FIBA in
College
a college
basketball.
basketball type setting. Uh, People just talk about, oh, the defense is much better. Yeah, you can stand the paint. Like, the easiest place to score is the paint. When
Yeah.
you just stick a guy there. People talk about, oh, why does height matter in basketball, and why does it matter in certain debates about who's better than who? Well, yeah, when the goal is to make it into a goal that's 10 feet high, you have a guy that's a little bit closer to that 10 feet, and it's a
Yeah,
little bit easier
statistically
for him.
speaking.
It's easier for him to score, and it's easier for him to stop you from scoring because he's so close to that 10 feet thing that you got to put the ball in. Yeah, height matters. So when you can put a 7 foot guy right there and he doesn't have to move, um,
Does
yeah,
that change the game? I'm like,
it
it
becomes a
changes the
bit harder.
game.
Right? Imagine when Benyama just been able to stay in the paint the whole time. Right? It wouldn't
He
be
might have
fun,
he might have been he might have averaged 10 blocks in college,
bro. 10, 10, like 12, 13.
bro.
You might legit
Yeah.
average a triple double.
With blocks. All right, let's get
Uh,
to the second half of this slate we got. We got a I'm gonna throw a name out there. You're gonna say whether or not you would spend, let's just say let's say a lottery pick. Whether or not you would spend a lottery pick on a guy.
14 picks.
We're gonna say lottery, and then I may raise it to maybe top 10, top five, right? Just depending on where we stop, where you would draft this guy or not, and then you give me their NBA comparison.
All right, let's do
All
it.
right. First name we got on here will be, let's go Koa Pete.
Koa Pete. Would I spend a lottery pick on Koa Pete?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Koa
Yep.
Pete. I like Koa Pete. That's a good basketball player. That's a really good basketball player. I definitely spend a lottery pick on Koa Pete. Player comparison. NBA player comparison. Um,
Would you spend a top five pick on?
would I spend a top five pick on Koa Pete? Let me think. Let me think. Who's my top five prospects? I would. I'd spend a top five pick on Koa Pete.
Okay,
I
so
would.
you think he's
I'd
that
spend a
good?
top five. I think he's that good. I'm not mad at Koa Pete. I think he's that good. I'd spend a top five pick on Koa Pete. Obviously, depending on which team I am, if I already have a guy that kind of does
Yep.
what he does, I wouldn't. But I would. I'd spend a top five pick on Koa Pete. I'd spend. I think that's where I stop. I don't know if I'd spend a top three pick for Koa
Yeah.
Pete, but I think top five is about right. Now his NBA player comparison. I mean, he can shoot. He's strong. He's agile. He can move. I think a good player comparison for Koa Pete is the Knicks version. Now this might
Are you got to say Amari
ruffle some
Stoudemire,
flair.
bro?
No, 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 no. I don't, I'm not gonna. I'm actually gonna give him a three. I'm gonna compare him to a three. I compare him to the Knicks version of OG Anunoby.
Oh wow.
Shows up in the post. Right, he makes timely threes, occasionally shot. Well, good defensive, athletic, strong body. I'm gonna compare him to the Knicks version of OG Anunoby. Now I hope that's just his rookie comparison. That's how I compare him. Obviously, I hope he can, progress higher than that. I think he has a much higher
So
ceiling
what
than
do you
that.
think is what do you so that's his floor.
I think that's his floor. I think he
What do you
comes
think his
into the
ceiling
league
is?
and can immediately be that. His ceiling to a player comparison, I don't know if a four is his true position. He's
Because
so
you
skilled.
wouldn't I was gonna say like maybe like like Pistons Blake Griffin, like but just young, like a younger version of
That's
that,
his
bro.
ceiling.
I wouldn't say,
I
but
mean,
no, like I
Pistons
wouldn't
Blake
say it's
Griffin
ceiling,
wasn't
but like that's kind of to me. I feel
wasn't
like
bad. He
when
averaged
he
20.
develops, I feel like that's how he'll play. But I'm not saying like statistically wise, but I'm just saying like stylistically, I would say like Pistons Blake, which isn't bad. It's not a bad.
He's not a terrible player.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. It's hard for him.
I think people may take that as disrespectful, but I don't really.
Yeah, he's a hard player to kind of to compare right now in the league. There's not too many players that play like him right. Oh, actually, I got a guy. You won't like it, but the greatest Japanese basketball player ever, Rui Hachimura.
Rui,
It's kind of how Cold Peak plays.
bro.
Yeah, I won't necessarily say that's his ceiling, but maybe Japanese Rui, FIBA Rui, um,
FIBA Rui, okay.
pretty good player. But I don't know. There's never really a player that plays like how he could play in the NBA right now. Blake Griffin, yeah, because on the Pistons he was a little bit more. He shot the ball more than when he
Yeah,
was
it was more of
in
a midi guy.
maybe Julius Randle, but Julius Randle
I feel like he's
is
more physical
yeah
than.
he's too guard like for Koa Pete. Um, so I don't. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough to give him a player right now. If we just comparing them to anybody, Amari Stoudemire isn't a bad. That's
That's where
not
I thought you was
bad.
gonna go with that.
Nick Amari Stoudemire is not bad.
That's where I thought you were gonna go with that, bro.
Maybe Heat Chris Bosh. Heat
Nah, he's
Chris
not.
Bosh.
Nah, he's not a Chris Bosh guy. I ain't
Chris
gonna lie.
Bosh when Braun left
Raptors, Chris
before.
Bosh, he's not.
No,
He's
no,
not.
no, no. Chris Bosh on the Heat, but before the heart problems, before he got the what was it, the blood clot. Why is Chris Bosh when LeBron left
Yeah,
and
I know, but I
when
don't
he
know.
had that little
Like I see
scoring
what you're
stretch?
saying, but that is I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Chris Bosh, I like it. I like
Maybe
it.
I gotta go watch more film of that era, Chris Bosh.
Go
But that was
watch
crazy.
that era Chris Bosh.
That was crazy.
He had a nice little stretch there. All right, what we got next?
All right, on the next one we got let's go let's go Darius A Jr. He just
Darius A.
had
Coach Jr.
49 a week ago.
Lottery pick.
Calipari guard.
I spent a lottery pick on Darius A. Coach Jr.
Okay.
Um,
Top 10.
I spent a top 10 pick. I'd spend a top 10 pick on Darius A. Coach Jr. I would. No, not a top
Oh,
5 pick. But I'd
top
spend a
10.
top 10 pick on Darius A. Jr. I'd probably go as high as 8. I'd probably
Okay.
go as high as 8. I wouldn't go. I wouldn't go higher than 8 on Darius A. Jr. Depending on who's on the board still, who's not. I'd spend a top 10, top 8 pick on Darius A. Jr. His NBA comparison. Um, wow. I don't want to say him
I
for
got one.
Darius A.
People may not like this though.
What you got?
Darren Williams.
Darren Williams, like the Utah Jazz, Brooklyn Nets guy.
No, I was gonna
Darren
say
Williams.
Nets.
Nets,
Nets
Darren
too.
Williams. I think Acuff can score the ball a little bit better than that. He reminds me right now of another Kentucky guard. Um, I
Who's
think he
another?
plays better. I don't know if he plays the defense of this guy,
You about
but
to say Eric Bledsoe, bro?
nah, Kaysen Edwards, the guy that's on OKC.
Oh,
When he was at Kentucky, they kind of remind me of the game, a similar game that they have. But I don't know if he can play the defense
right
like
as
this
well.
guy. I might be saying his name completely wrong. Hold on. Who's next on the list while we look up this guy's name? I think I'm saying this dude's name.
Mikael Brown Jr.
Mikael Brown Jr. Cason Wallace. Yeah, that's his name. Cason Wallace. I said Cason. I think I put Carson Edwards and Cason Wallace
Yeah.
together. Uh, Cason Wallace. I think that would be Darius A. College Cason Wallace never really showed off his scoring ability in the league that Darius A. could, but at Kentucky, I think they had a similar game. Maybe Jared McCain. I don't know if he's just a spot up shooter like Jared McCain though, but so I'm gonna give him Quentin Grimes. I'm gonna say Quentin Grimes. I'm gonna say Quentin Grimes. Even though he's not as tall,
Named
I
all
don't
light
think
skinned
it's
guys.
Quentin Grimes. Uh, I'm not mad at the Darren Williams one though. I mean, Darren
That's
Williams
what
is
I'm
pretty
saying. It
light
kind
skinned
of
too.
to me, Darren, like,
He's pretty light skinned too. But
hey man,
who's next? Who'd you say?
Mikael Brown Jr.
Mikael Brown Jr., my guy from Louisville. Lottery pick. Yeah, that's probably where I'd stop.
Yeah,
I'd go as high as number 11.
yeah, I wouldn't draft him top 10.
Depends on
What about
who's on the board.
comparisons?
Um, I like Julian Strother on the Nuggets right
No, yeah, I have no idea who that is, bro.
now.
I'm not gonna lie.
Look him up. He's a pretty good player on the Nuggets right now. He had a more bigger role on the team when when
100%.
Jokic and those guys went down. Yeah, and he can score the ball at a nice efficient clip. I think Mikael Brown Jr. has a better chance to facilitate than those guys. Than the guy I named. I mean, and has an extremely high ceiling. But from what we've seen so far, no, we can't go higher than number 11.
Yeah, yeah. His I don't know. His like consistency to me is very like D'Angelo Russell esque in my opinion.
Is that your pro comparison
Kind
to
of
him?
like the long lanky type of guard. Yeah, I'd probably go D-Lo.
Nets D'Lo? That's an all star.
Nets, yeah, like Nets version that like wants to score the ball, but can be a really good facilitator when he wants to.
I'm not mad at it.
Like shows up sometimes, shows up other time. Like he kind of reminds me of that
Nets
stylistically.
D'Lo was an all star. I'm not mad at that.
Yeah, like I'm not that to me stylistically. That's who Mikael Brown Jr. is to me.
I'm not mad at that.
Um, yeah. Next name on the list we got is Isaiah Evans.
Isaiah Evans,
Yeah,
lottery pick. Yeah, that's probably where I stop.
yeah, definitely stop at lottery picking.
I don't know about top 10, but I'll stop at
Definitely not
lottery
top
pick.
10.
I
I
don't
don't
know
know
if
if I'm
I go
taking a
higher
sophomore
than
top 10. Yeah,
I don't know if I go higher than 13. But
yeah, he's
I think he's a good player. I think he's a good player. I think if we had to give him a player comparison, um, for what he'll be in the league, um, is what I'll do instead of it's kind of what I've been doing instead of what they kind of play like. Um, I think he'll end up being in the league similar to a. I don't want to say that about him.
I got an answer for you.
What's your answer?
J.R. Smith.
What he'll end up being like in the league?
I think if he wants to play as long as he can in the NBA, he'd try to be J.R. Smith. Not
3 and
necessarily
D,
IQ wise, but like athletic, long, streaky jumper.
3 and D.
Yeah, could be like. I mean, that's pretty much what he wants to do right now. Anyway, is just put up shots anyway. So it's like play good defense, bro, and hit shots on consistently on nights, bro. And I think if you play like J.R. Smith, where you consistently have like a highlight a month doing some crazy stuff, then I think you could have a great career. J.R. Smith is a champion, by the way. So it's like two-time champion. So it's like that's not disrespect. J.R. Smith is one of my favorite role players of all time. So that's not a It's not a slight, but this is just me being realistic.
I'm not mad at that. Who else we
Austin
got?
Jackson.
I don't really have
Uh,
players for him.
you said what?
So I don't really have a player comparison for him. I just think he'll end up on the Raptors for some reason. I don't know why.
Does he fit the Raptors? The
He just
Raptors,
gives
the
me a
Raptors
Raptors
mold.
vibe. Yeah, I don't know why. Maybe he'll play
Kind
like a
of.
young Bi. Maybe that's my comparison. Lakers
That's what
Bi.
everybody. That's what he looks like, a young Bi. But
Yeah, Lakers Bi. They
uh,
might.
all right, now we get into basically some good ones. Now let's go Nate Met, right?
They done meant yeah lottery pick. Yeah, sure. Top 10 pick.
Yeah,
Yeah, sure.
top
Um,
five.
that's where we get interesting. I don't know if I go past 6 for Nate Mint so far from what I've seen. I mean, he has ceiling to go, you know, maybe even number 1, but
I was gonna
he's
say
just
to me, if we're talking about everybody right now, he might have the highest ceiling in this draft.
he has a very high ceiling. I won't say highest. I think there still needs to be like obviously with him is just somebody needs to tell him and he needs to listen like, hey, you can go score whenever you want. And
Yeah,
he
to me,
needs
to
to
with
like
him, it's
have
a
that
motor
mindset.
thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I don't.
It's a
That's
motor thing for me
scary
for sure.
because what we've seen because you used to be able to think that you could tell a recruit that or you could tell a scout or you could tell a player that hey you just need to turn it on like this is your team go do it and you have the green light. Here's the thing: he has the green light at Tennessee, and we still have questions about his motor, his questions about does he know that he can go get this bucket right now? Like, does he know that? Those are not questions that you really want to tell your franchise guy, because he can easily turn into a Kevin Knox. um, but I
Oh,
mean,
is that your comparison to the guy?
that's my floor for the guy. If he doesn't, if he doesn't come into the league with the expectation that I need to go get 20 a night, he could end up easily like Kevin Knox. My player comparison is going to be Michael Porter Jr. He's not as agile as Michael,
I
but
don't think he's an athlete that Michael Porter Jr. is.
yeah, yes and no. Um, yeah, I'm gonna say championship run Michael Porter Jr. That's my player comparison.
Wow, that's interesting. That's interesting.
I see a lot of
Uh,
Bi in his game too, especially with the way he shoots.
it's like I don't know, bro. Bi had more confidence, though, in my opinion.
Nate, they try to play him at the 3, but the way he moves,
He moves like a power forward,
it moves like a
but it's
4.
like I don't know. He
But when he
moved in
dribbles,
his high
oh
school tape was like
yeah,
this guard like skills, but it's like in
he,
college,
he was more agile.
it's like
So
power
I don't know
forward.
if he's dealing with an injury or what.
Freshman 15. What is this?
Is it the muscle he put on? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't. Man, yeah, I don't. He just
He gets
he kind
moved.
of moved.
He gets moved around easily. He moves less agile than what I thought that he was
To
gonna
me,
move like.
he moves like Kyle Anderson, like just like very. I don't know.
He might end up like a Dalton Connect. I hope not though.
Nah, let's not disrespect Nate, man, bro.
I hope not.
You don't sound too confident with drafting Nate, man, bro.
I'm not honestly. Like I said, he has all the potential in the world, but the way guys are in this climate where when a guy doesn't have a motor, guys don't just flip that on in the league, and we've seen it time and time again. I mean,
Ben
we
Simmons.
Ben Simmons is the most prime example of that. Um, I'm not even excited for what I'm seeing from Michael Porter right now with the net. Yes, he's averaging, he's 26, but on that team, Michael, for what you were when you were in high school, I know he's dealing with the injury and all of that. But man, you're supposed to be averaging 30, 34. Like
Averaging 20, 26
he's
on a
supposed to be
terrible
averaging.
team.
He's supposed to be averaging. You want to talk about 25 shots? He's supposed to be averaging 25 shots a game. Like, go get a bucket, man.
That's what got Cam Thomas out the league.
Hey,
Well, he's on the Bucks now, but that's what got him off the Nets. Which I mean,
they
he's
didn't
probably cool with
trade.
that.
They didn't trade Michael Porter Jr. because they were like, "Oh, he's our guy. We want a very big package for him." They're paying him a max contract, like all of the max contract. Um, yeah, 25 shots. He should be taking 20 shots a game. He should be taking at least 20 shots. 20, 22 shots a game.
All right, next name we got on the list is let's go Caleb Wilson.
Yes, lottery pick. Yes, top 10. Again, we slap it around top 7, top 8. If I had a
Yeah, I probably wouldn't go. I probably wouldn't draft him any earlier than like 8.
if I had the 6th, 7th, and or 8th pick in the draft, I think the people on our board would be Nate Ament, Caleb Wilson, and those obviously all those guards that we just named. Michael
Yeah,
Brown, Darius A.
one of
and
the guys that would be on that list.
the kid from Houston would probably be still there. Fleming, yeah. And that'd be kind of the question: do we need a guard? Do we need a forward? Um, I think Nate is a slight edge above Caleb right now just because of his ceiling, but in big games, Caleb shows up. Caleb
I feel
shows
like
up in
Caleb
big
has a higher
games.
floor than Nate.
Yeah. So, if we're taking it from that standpoint, but it just depends on if I'm a team like the Thunder, and I'm like, okay, I don't, I have a top pick this year, but we're already a good team. Yeah, I'll take Nate. I admit, not mad at that.
What you said about Isaiah Evans is kind of how I feel about Caleb Wilson. To me, he's a Raptors guy. Like
I feel like you'll
to
end
me,
up on the Raptors.
he
I feel like he's a
definitely fits in.
he gives me a Pelicans Kings vibes.
Oh, he does get Pelican with the Herb Jones
Yeah,
build.
yeah, yeah. He gives me Pelican Kings vibe. Um, player comparison. I gotta watch more film on him. I'm not gonna lie. I don't really have a player comparison for him right now. He's a
Really, you do
competitor.
gotta.
He's a competitor. I know that.
To me, if he can become like who he can truly become, to me, he reminds me a lot of like a young Kevin Garnett, bro. In
a
terms of
young
like the midi,
KG.
yeah, in terms of like the midi
How tall is
game,
he?
and then 6'11".
He's 6'11".
6'10", 6'11". Like he's to me, he could legit go and defend all five. A motor guy, midi
6'10".
guy, midi jumper. Yeah, kind of like an awkward jumper, but consistent with it. I think if he fills out a little more, gets a little more control of himself. I think to me, he reminds me of like a younger KG. To me,
That's very high praise. KG was, he's one of the best power forwards all
that's what I'm
time.
saying. If Caleb Wilson can be who, but I think he's also like, I think he could also at the end of the day just end up being a utility guy. If not, if he doesn't become like if he gets to a franchise that doesn't know how to like develop talent, he could very well end up just being like just a role player type of guy for sure.
Yeah, I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. Who else we got on the list?
Got a Boozer, the
Yeah,
Boozer kid, man.
lottery top 10, top 5, top 3, top 2 pick in the draft.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh, what does he play like to you, bro?
Uh,
And what do you see him being? To me, I don't know about the Boozer kid.
he
I don't
just
know if
gets
I
a
would.
bucket. Here's the thing about this draft. There's so many fours that are scorers, that are scoring threats that have the potential to be, the triggers of offenses. That it's not real. It's so hard to do that. So hard to give them comparisons because there aren't really fours in the league that do that. You know, the best two scoring fours in the league right now. If we're not going to count LeBron and Kevin Durant as fours,
Anthony
um,
Davis.
Yeah,
Giannis.
Giannis. I was gonna say. I mean, AD. We haven't seen him play all year. Um,
Oh, we're just talking healthy guys. Guys healthy.
yeah, just healthy guys. I was gonna say are Giannis and Julius Randle, and Giannis is really not even healthy this year either. So the only really scoring four, like trigger of an offense scoring four that we see right now is Julius Randle. Do we count Denny Avia? You know, Laurie Marketing not really even playing the four anymore. Um, you know, obviously Jaren Jackson is hurt. It's like, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. I mean, Bam on occasional nights will play the four, but we know he's more of a traditional 5 man. Bridges for Houston for the Hornets, he's averaging
Mm.
about 20 points, but he's not a trigger for their offense. Um, so it's hard to give a comparison to Boozer. Maybe old Bron, 40-year-old Bron. Maybe that's the comparison. I don't know. Maybe 40-year-old Bron is the
Now
comparison
that's a lot of
for
praise.
Boozer.
That's crazy.
40-year-old Bron?
40 O'Brien probably still a top player in the league.
I think Boozer could give you 25, 7, and 6. I think that's
You
possible.
think so?
I think so. At his highest height, I think so. I think he can give you 25, 7, and 6. At his highest height. 6'10", can shoot, can dribble. He's physical inside. He has face up game. I don't know if he has the facilitation of a LeBron James, but we're talking about 40-year-old LeBron James. Yes, he's still a top, 10 athlete, top 15 athlete in the NBA. Um, but I'm talking about a year ago, Bron. I'm not even talking about this year, Bron. I'm talking about a year ago, Bron. I think what he averaged, 24, 23 last year. I'm not mad at that. There's no, I'm like, you gave me a compare, like, there's no four scoring like that these days.
Crazy.
I mean, you should, what do you want? Pistons Blake Griffin again? Like, what do you want us to
See, bro,
say?
I don't know, bro. I don't really
Nick
like how
Stoudemire
he
again?
scores. You said who?
Nick Stoudemire again? Like, what do you?
I don't know, bro.
I mean, we could say his dad. We would be lazy. Utah Carlos Boozer.
But see, I can't really think of any comparisons for him either, bro. But to me, he's. I don't know if he's the guy I'm building a franchise around. I ain't gonna lie.
No, he's really good at basketball.
I think he can be like maybe the second or third best guy on the championship team. But I don't know if he's the guy on the championship team. No, like, I don't. To me, I don't really like how he scores, bro. Like or how he has to score. I don't think it would be effective in college, bro.
In the
Like he
league,
really
you
just
mean?
kind of plays like the bully ball, which I mean is cool, right? But it's like
If you
I don't know.
build, here's the thing: if you build your team around that, you're fine. But if he's the second or third option, obviously it becomes less and less and less important, and less efficient. But when he's the guy, then it's very you have a very he's you're gonna have a very high output from him, especially early
Yeah,
on,
I don't quite know who
especially
he
in the way
plays.
the league goes right now because all the fours are threes now. So um, if he comes in and plays the four, man, he'll be very efficient right away, especially if people commit to that.
Yeah, I don't. I'm not sure who he plays. Like honestly, bro, he might be the most unique prospect we've seen in a while.
I mean, Cole Pete kind of and him kind of have a similar game. That's why this class is kind of hard. It's kind of hard to do player comparisons for them because we haven't. This is like a new. If this class is what it possibly could be, I mean, we might be ushering in a new era of basketball, which I'm ready for. I'm tired of this 3-and-D undersized for you know no skill really, and like only two or three really skilled guys. Everybody else is just robots out there. I'm kind of tired of that era of basketball. I liked Wimby because it's going to give a new emphasis on height and bringing height back into the game. Um, I love the guards that we have these days, but the guards got so skilled that the wings became kind of obsolete. The wings are kind of less important, and then Ant is kind of bringing back the two game, and players like Austin Reeves and Shea are bringing back the mid range game. So hopefully, we're kind of ushering in a new age of basketball. And with a name that I think you're about to say soon, the mid range game is a big part of his game. So
Yeah,
we'll see.
my AJ. You talking about the
Yeah,
AJ guy?
AJ. Yeah, the AJ guy. Yeah, that AJ guy.
Yeah, I was pretty wrong about that kid.
What you mean? You weren't you talking about how you weren't a believer in him?
Yeah, I wasn't coming out of high school. I wasn't a believer in the kid.
Yeah, you were wrong. Yeah, I think Trey said some things about him too, but that's fine.
Yeah, I
Um,
was definitely wrong.
yeah, he's a good basketball player.
Yeah,
And he's six. He's like 6'8", 6'9". That's the thing about this draft class.
I thought he was 6'10".
That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to be
Pretty tall.
like these guys are tall. Like I'm looking at these guys. I'm like, how tall is this guy? Like this isn't the 6'6", and he's there's a 6'8" guy and they're saying he's 6'6". Now these are 6'8" guys that are 6'10", 6'9". Like the guards in there are 6'7", 6'5". Like this is a really good draft class. Like Darren Peterson is 6'7" with a
6'6". Yeah.
6'10" wingspan. Like I was watching on TV, I'm like, what is this guy? 6'5", 6.
No, it is.
I
It
don't
was
know,
crazy.
yeah,
It's a lot of guys in this draft class with NBA bodies already. I think
yeah,
that's a crazy one. I don't know if we've seen guys with NBA bodies like
already in
already.
college.
Yeah, just
Like Nate Mint, probably the guy that you're like, okay,
unready.
he
Is he
needs to
uncut?
develop. Yeah, like he's kind of skinny. He needs to develop,
Yeah, he's
and
probably got to get in that weight room a
definitely got
little
to get a
bit,
little bit more agile.
especially if he's not going to be as athletic as the rest of those guys. Got to be stronger for sure.
Yeah,
But who do you compare the AJ guy to?
everybody's saying it, so I'm just gonna hop on the the, the bandwagon with Tracy McGrady. I mean,
With
six
T-Mac?
T Mac. That's what everybody's comparing him to. T
T-Mac?
Mac, six. T Mac was about 6'7", 6'8". I mean, AJ 6'9", 6'10". Loves to get to the midi. Not the greatest 3-point shooter, but can
Yeah.
do it. Has a nice looking form from out there. Likes to get to the free throw line. I mean, and you want to talk about spot scoring. A guy that just gets to his spots, that knows his spots, and he's efficient getting there. I mean, he doesn't waste any time. 1-2, one move and go. Like it's very beautiful the way he plays basketball. Honestly, um, I'm just very disappointed from when I saw him do in Kansas. I,
Yeah.
I saw
Yeah,
I
that's what makes
saw
me. It's like whoa.
I saw
It's
his
like
soul
whoa.
leave his body. I
It's
saw
like
that. I
whoa.
saw that, and that's my only knock on AJ right now,
Whoa.
because I seen it in his eyes. Like there's
Like
no
whoa.
there's no denying what I saw. You know,
Just like like you don't believe you're the best player on the court right now.
literally.
like,
You know, and
like you really don't believe anymore that you are the best guy on this court. It was crazy. It was actually crazy to see, bro.
and that, and
That
that
was
that was
crazy,
that was
bro.
disheartening. But
It was
T Mac,
crazy. Is was what's crazy about that game is, bro. Like he actually looked like AJ DeBonce in the second half when Darren Peterson didn't play. Like it was that drastic, bro. Like it was.
that's what I was watching the game. I was like, okay, he's finally here, and I'm looking at the court. I'm like,
Oh, there's no Darren
oh
Peterson.
yeah,
Oh, there's no Darren
that's why.
Peterson.
That's why. Okay,
Yeah, bro. That
20,
was crazy.
22 isn't playing. Okay,
Yeah, it was crazy.
but
And I guess that's the last guy we got to talk about. DP.
I
Would you
mean,
draft
yeah,
him?
number one, I take him. I
Is
take
he
him.
is he
You know,
is he worth the gamble? Is he worth the coach? I'm ready to come out. Is he worth the?
I
I don't feel
mean,
like I wanted that coach. What is it? Is he worth? Is he worth that?
I
Is he
never
good enough
got
to
to do
win?
my. I take AJ. I take him. Lottery, obviously top 10, obviously top 5, obviously top 3, top 2, top. Number one overall. Same thing for Darren Peterson. Lottery, top 10, top 5, top 3, top 2, top. Number one. Same thing we said about Darren Peterson. I mean, listen. This is Darren Peterson. From what I've seen,
He's the best player in the country, and it's not close.
People talk about.
I don't think it's close. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, we've heard this, you know, over the last couple of years with Wemby coming. People talking about how Wemby, is one of the greatest prospects the league has ever seen. Definitely the best prospect since LeBron James. Um, People said, similar things about Zion when he came out. People said similar things about Cooper Flag when he came out. Darren Peterson, I think, has the potential to be better than all of those guys. Except for Wemby, of course.
Bro.
But
Bro.
when you start telling me 6'7", 6'10" wingspan, and you see the way he shoots the ball, particularly from the perimeter, you see his athleticism. You see him dunk on two guys in the BYU Kansas game. You see how he gets to his spots. You see the handle. You see his defensive instincts. And then you start listing off 6'10" wingspan, 6'7". I mean, he's one of the greatest prospects since Wemby. Can I say that? Can I say
2 years ago.
I mean, he has the potential. People were saying this to me this summer, and I was like, these guys are crazy. People are crazy. They were saying at the 2028 Olympics, the guards on Team USA were going to be Anthony Edwards and Darren Peterson. And when
you must have not seen the game Darren Peterson and AJ Devonta played in high school.
I did. I watched that game, and I was more of a believer in AJ at the time.
That's what made me not a believer in AJ.
And I was
Darren Peterson is doggy.
They both had like 50. They both had 50. I'm not mad.
Yeah, Darren Peterson won that game. Like,
he was on a way better team. Like, come on, man. We're talking about Utah Prep versus, like, what was that? Premier.
Darren Peterson. That was around the same time. Darren Peterson was ranked lower than AJ. That's what.
He was ranked lower than AJ.
Yeah,
AJ was number one in the country, rightfully so. But I've never seen. I've never doubted. Like, that game for me was what I thought I was going to see from AJ at Kansas. I never doubted AJ's heart. I never doubted his motor. I never doubted his dog. But when I saw what his soul leave his body,
that was crazy.
When I saw the wave off, perfect defense by AJ. Wait,
he came off the wing and really got to his spot.
He got to his spot. He said, "I get to my spot, I elevate."
That was crazy, bro. I elevated, bro.
It was really elevated.
He got to his spot, bro. It was.
When I saw that,
it was crazy.
When I saw that, Kobe-esque, Tracy McGrady-esque. You can say what you want.
He doesn't get enough D book. To me, he kind of reminds me of D book, like a in college. No. Like the way he shoots that, I don't know. It kind of reminds me of D book. Where he really elevates on his jump.
People will say a lot of stuff about these Kobe disciples. Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan.
Nah, not a Kobe disciple.
Kyrie Irving, Devin Booker. There's a lot of people that are quote unquote Kobe disciples. Jason Tatum. And, have a similar game to Kobe Bryant, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. The only true Kobe disciple, the only true, I don't even want to say Kobe disciple, because there was a time, folks. People saying AJ Devonta.
Whoa.
People are saying AJ Devonta is Tracy McGrady. That's his player comparison. There was a time when Tracy McGrady was better than Kobe Bryant. I know you Kobe fans aren't going to want to hear that. Kobe said it himself. He's bigger than me, stronger than me, and can do everything I could do. Well, Darren Peterson, Kobe was 6'6". Kobe didn't have a 6'10" wingspan. Darren Peterson is 6'7". He
Oh,
has a
is
6'10"
this what you doing
wingspan.
right now, bro?
This is what I'm doing right now. I don't even want to give him the Kobe comparison. I want to give him prime T-Mac comparison. And I want to take it away from AJ because I saw his soul leave his body. I saw it, and I'm gonna give it to DP. Has the chance to be the best guard we've ever seen since Michael Jordan. He does. That's the
Best
potential he has.
guard?
Best guard, two guard. We'll say two
Oh,
guard.
okay. Was it like Steph
All right,
Curry
off guard.
doesn't
Obviously,
exist?
point guard. I mean, Shay's kind of, Curry's got to look over his shoulder for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, especially with the team that he has in OKC and the love that
No,
they're
let's
getting
not
from
do
the
that. Let's not do
referees.
that. We can't start those. Shea got to get a couple more
We're
rings.
starting those conversations because here's why, and this is why we'll start those conversations.
We can't start
This
those
is why we'll
conversations.
start those conversations. Yes, people love to talk about Steph Curry changing the game of basketball, and that's why people give him so much love, so much credit as one of the number one point guards ever. Some people will put him over Magic. Some people have Steph Curry higher than Kobe Bryant now on the all-time list because of the way and the ability he has to shoot the basketball. But people need to remember that Steph Curry had 3 poor showings in the finals. There was 2 finals that we watched, and we said, Kyrie Irving's better than this guy. There was 2 of them we watched, and we said that. There was 3 when we watched, and we said, Curry isn't the best player on his team right now, right? Kevin Durant was clearly better in 2.
Hold on, is this another pod episode? Should we discuss this on the next pod?
We can do it right now.
We'll do it
on another pod. But let's get to it right now. Let's make the basis for it right now. There was 2 when Kevin Durant was clearly better, and Iguodala left with the Finals MVP of 1. Yes, he showed up against the Celtics, but he disappeared for 3. Matthew Dellavedova was given the name the Curry Stopper. People want to wipe this from history. They want to wipe this stuff from history, but it happened. It happened.
Oh, man.
There was a lot of doubt about Steph Curry and his ability to show up in the NBA Finals. I mean, there was legit conversations when people were talking about Steph Curry as a top 5 point guard of all time. People couldn't do it because of how he couldn't show up in the finals. Even though he had a unanimous MVP, our eyes couldn't lie to us. Kyrie Irving outplayed him. But Kyrie Irving obviously, did what he did with his career, decided to leave Cleveland, try to do it on his own in Boston, and so on and so on. We saw how his career ended up. I mean, nobody doubts the skill set and the talent. Nobody doubts that Kyrie Irving is the most skilled player of all time. But better at basketball? Kyrie Irving, but greater, obviously. You go with Steph Curry.
I'm not mad at that.
Now, Curry has to look over his shoulder because Shai does it on the defensive end as well. Shai has all defensive teams. Shai has an MVP. Yeah. Shai has a Finals MVP. They're tied at Finals MVPs. Shai had a historical season last year. Did he win 73 games? No, but he had a historical season last year.
30.
And he didn't.
Averaging 30 again this year.
He didn't need the help of a Kevin Durant, right? If they go on a run, this will be the
Alex Caruso.
This will be probably the most pure dynasty in the modern era of the NBA. I mean,
the Spurs?
If they go on the run, modern era. I think that's it's kind of pre-modern at this point. I know we're that's our era kind of.
That is.
That's not the current. This is a new era. Where we're shooting threes and things of that nature now.
Yes. Yeah, I would say you wouldn't say the Celtics era has started, even with the Taysom,
the Tatum and Brown.
The Jason Tatum. I was combining the guy's name.
That's what you were doing. I thought you were making a combination, couple name for the 2 of them.
Tatum injury.
Nah, this isn't the Celtics.
This is dynasty.
I mean, if they win some more, I think they have the opportunity to. I don't think that they have the opportunity to do what Jaylen Brown thought they were going to do and win 6 in a row or whatever it was. But I think they have the opportunity to. You guys know, but I think they could win probably two more championships with that tandem in mind over the next 10 or so years. But I think the teams that
They got 10 years together.
how old are they right now? Like 27, 20, 26? That's probably too much. Probably six more years together. Can they win two more in the next 6 years? I think so. I think so. It's possible. Obviously, the Spurs will have something to say about that. If the Pistons ever get another scoring option,
Yeah.
they'll have something to say about that. Um, I mean, you guys were high on them. The Hornets, if they around together and are able to stay healthy and are able to build on this season, maybe they'll have something to say about that over the next 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, the Wizards and what they're doing there with all that young talent, and now that they have the addition of, AD who's older, but Trae Young is kind of in his prime still, and they have a lot of young pieces. Maybe they'll have something to say about that. I think the Magic kind of took a step back after DeAndre
Yeah, Paolo
the
regressed
trade. Yeah, so
a lot this season.
they took a step back. Obviously, Luka. If you just give him another star, people want to come to LA. The Lakers will be back. They'll be back soon.
Yeah,
He has to resign,
once the LeBron Lakers marriage ends, I think.
which it will this summer.
What's crazy is I think Rob Pelinka in 1 year will put together a way better roster than he ever has with LeBron James on it.
Yeah, and they'll blame LeBron and his power that he had over the organization and the umbrella of a Clutch Sports and the the power that they had over his decision making and whatever. We all know it's he didn't want to put a roster together because he's Kobe's guy and he didn't want Bron to reach Kobe. We know this. It's well documented. Uh, you don't blow up a championship roster and not only blow up the championship roster, not go back and get like for like guys. You don't blow up a championship
Whole
roster
different team.
and then remake
Whole different.
and remake how you try to win the
Wow.
championship. You don't do that.
Whole different type of roster. Like, whole different DNA.
you don't you don't do that to a championship roster. I never seen a more
Yeah,
obvious.
Dwight Howard, JaVale McGee, Rajon Rondo. Yeah, Kyle Kuzma. Yeah, just
Let's
that's
bring
Russo. Yeah,
in Montrezl
Russell
Harrell.
Westbrook.
Let's go get
What?
Montrezl Harrell and 38-year-old Mark Gasol or 36, whatever old he was. Old Mark Gasol. Let's go do that.
Russell West, like what? Let's
Yeah,
go
we
get
got
somebody else who can't
two
shoot.
rim protectors. Let's go get Montrezl Harrell. Yeah, Louisville guy. Shout out to Montrezl Harrell. We got anything else on the slate?
That's it, man.
Wow, man. Another banger of the episode, man. Always a pleasure to have the Don here, man.
Sure, yeah,
Like we
too.
said, we're on so much stuff now. So
YouTube,
y'all just
Spotify, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram,
and we're gonna start
Cash
going
App,
live.
Zelle,
What'd you say, Zell?
Cash App, Zelle, all of them, man.
We're gonna start going live, so you guys can you can have the chat. You can have the chat with us. You guys can talk to us about maybe some of your opinions. Maybe we can do some call-ins. You guys can join the episodes live. Give us some of your takes. It's gonna be an exciting journey, and we're excited to have you guys with us, man. Young Genius Sports Podcast. Another banger for you guys, man.
Another banger.